When I was 10 years old, I began creating videos on YouTube. They were bad and cringe even back then, but the process was fun. So much so that I started uploading a lot and sometimes edit videos for 8 hours a day. Hardly anyone ever watched my videos, but after a year or so I had 100 subscribers. I was so obsessed with Minecraft Sky Wars and Bed Wars, but because my PC at that time was older than the game itself and I was in 5th grade, I stopped by the end of 2016. Though the thing is, I didn't stop creating. I got into drawing by the age of 15 and wanted to create my own manga. Big dreams, little dude, but again I hardly cared about what others thought and just did my own thing, trying to get better and holding myself to increasingly impossible standards, until eventually I got burned out. There have been lots of phases in my life where I created, but these phases always came to a bittersweet end. Over the years I had to deal with mental health issues, and most of my burnouts happened for that reason, though I always knew that I would never stop creating forever. Naturally, I'm a dreamer, a guy who would always look out the window sitting at the far end of the class, who is either a serial killer or socially anxious, me being the latter one. Eventually I got into music making, this time without any big dreams and doing it purely for the reason of fun. It was probably the most fun I had creating because I knew nobody would listen to my music, as I never wanted to show it to anyone. But if you're interested, here's a little song I made in 2021. But at the end of the day I stopped once again, leaving me with an emptiness in my heart. I could not stand being a consumer and found hardly any enjoyment in it. I knew something had to change after I would daydream for months about my next project without even starting, so I had to act. The reason why I kept getting burned out from creating and why I was so scared to begin with was getting clear. It was neither motivation nor skill, it was the killer of all art: comparison. How many of you have ever felt terrible after comparing your test results with a classmate? Those thoughts of, I am the worst, or I'll never get good grades, and I should just quit this class and run alone in my room. That's how it is when creating art, whether that be videos, drawing, music, you name it. Comparing yourself to others, especially to their social media likes or followers, gets you nowhere. There are people who create the most garbage, low-effort content imaginable, yet they get hundreds of thousands of likes, so that's a horrible measure to go with. Many people with incredible talent quit because they compared themselves to other creators, and it has happened to me multiple times. But the only difference between a winner and a loser is that the winner didn't give up, and so should you. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Yes, it can be so frustrating to pour your heart and soul into your craft only to receive nothing back, but I can assure you, you have already won just by creating something. Now I want to explain why I began creating once again. I always wanted to have my own YouTube channel with videos I love making and with a small community that enjoys what I do. It has always been a dream of mine since I discovered YouTube. And now that I have learned from my past mistakes, I wanted to give the stream one more chance. That's why I started this channel in September this year. As you can see, I stopped uploading a few days after posting my first video, falling into the same trap as I did many times before. But I have realized that if you are consistent and creative, good things will follow. That's why I uploaded again a few days ago. And look what happened. After only 2 videos, I have already reached an audience far bigger than I ever did in my lifetime, and I believe this is only the beginning. Anyways, I want to leave you with a question to think about. In this world, do you want to be a consumer or do you want to be a creator? God bless you, and until next time, good night.